This video is for 18 or older. If you're not 18 or older, please don't watch this. But this video is for documentation and educational purposes only. Everything you see here is done by professionals, whatever that means. Nothing is for sale, and we do not encourage the use of anything legal or illegal. So like I said, if you meet that criteria, please enjoy the show. What's going on, LubeTube? John Gross here. How the hell are you doing? Alright, we're going to do a quick little update on the girls. But before we get into that, let me get into the intros. I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers. Welcome. If you have any comments, leave some comments down in the comment section. And I'll be happy to answer whatever I can for you. Also, I'd like to thank all the people that are using my code, Coastal Mary. The code is John Gross, all one word. It'll save you 20% off your order. You can't beat that. Save some money at checkout, you know what I mean? Right, so let's get into this. We're gonna talk about the vegetables first. You know what I mean? Give this a little length before we get into the girls. That's what everybody's here for. Okay, we got some onions growing in a tote from the home dump. Got these things sitting on some PVC pipes I was gonna return, but then I said, nah, I'll just use it to, prop these up. Got some carrots here. There's a shit ton in there. These potatoes are growing silly. Hell yeah. Now, I've packed some more soil around these girls as they start growing up. You know what I mean? Because that way you'll get more potatoes in there, you know? Here's some sweet potatoes. I don't know how they're going to work out. Probably should have gotten a bigger tote like that. But this is just an experimental phase type shits. But yeah, these are the sweet potatoes. Regular potatoes, carrots. Got some onions. Growing pretty damn, you know. Got some more onions over here. Yep. This was a tote that I had in this little friggin' electric pump. Looked like a... Anyway, it was falling apart, so I used the plastic tote. We got some more potatoes in here. Damn, these things are growing silly. These are all potatoes up in here. You know what I mean? Got some banana peppers in here. I think I got some rabbits friggin' nibbling away at shit. Of course. Gotta finally get this gate to close. Got some eggplant over here. Got some squash over here. This is either banana peppers or that might be an actual, peppercini, but I think that's just banana peppers. Bell pepper over there. I mean, these things are growing pretty damn good. Got some cayenne. Cayennes are growing good. I had some diseases on these tomato plants, so I had to cut these off. But these are the cherry tomatoes. You can tell by how many are on that right there. Sun cherries are supposedly sweet. You know what I mean? We'll see. I've never grown that before, so I don't know. I had to take the cages away from these girls because we got some right here. Nice. They started having, like, shit. I missed one. When you see your tomato plants getting this, you gotta get rid of that. And one of the reasons, I think, because they were so confined, because they had some chicken wire around it, so the critters couldn't get at it. I think you need to get air to pass through these, or they'll just, they'll get plight or whatever it's called. Probably gonna take this screen off of this one too. But we got another sun cherry right here, and we got some cherry tomatoes on there. Hopefully these girls grow pretty damn good. I don't know what this tomato is. I don't know if they'll start, producing buds. I don't know what kind of tomato it is. It could be a brandy tomato, bobcat tomato. I don't know. No, this is another cherry tomato right here. Oh yeah, the tomatoes, dude, they're everywhere. But this had the same thing. It had like plight or a disease. So really, like, you shouldn't have this on the bottom. I should actually cut that off. I don't have my scissors with me. My stickies. Yeah, but that's what's going on in here. But let's talk about what we're all here to talk about, and that's the girls. That is the girls. Okay. I think 4 minutes into this, I think we're pretty good. Okay, here we go. This is a re-veg. And I don't know if this is a California Coach Lock or a Gary Payton Revised. I don't know. If it's a California Coach Lock, it's from ICANN THC. Shout out to Matt. But this girl, I wanted to re-veg it to see. It's an experiment to see if it'll work. And hell yeah. All you have to do with the re-veg is just turn the lights back on, 18 hours on, 6 hours off. Get that re-veg going, you know. And that's all there was to it. I'm surprised I actually managed to get this to re-veg. So we'll see what this girl does. Okay. Now, let's take a walk. Oh, that's my new sprinkler. Pretty good, actually. Oh, damn. Here we go. This is a Black Cherry Bliss from Elite Cut Genetics. This girl got topped by the windstorm we had. And so, yeah, that's why she's a little on the screwed up side. But she's growing pretty damn good. I just watered this today with Recharge. Now, in this, it's HP Promix, 444 from Gaia Green, Earthworm Castings, and Biochar in here. Okay, this is not recycled soil. This girl right here, I think this is a Gary Payton Revised. Gary Payton Revised. Did I top this girl? Yes, I topped her. I'm actually gonna probably get rid of some of these big leaves. So train this girl a little bit. I'll hang this girl to the side like that. That again is 444. So it's 3 tablespoons per gallon in when you're mixing your soil. When you're top dress, it's only 1. So again, HP Promix, 444 Gaia Green, Earthworm Castings, and Biochar. You know, I put maybe like a couple of cupfuls of Biochar. Not a lot. You don't need a lot, from what I hear. I don't know. This was shavings that I put on just when I water. It doesn't screw up the soil. You know, it makes the soil all, you know, moves the soil around too much. That's what I did with the shavings on there. But that's 10-gallon AC Infinity pot, another 10-gallon AC Infinity pot. Now, oh, these are more onions over here. Now we've got this girl we're coming into the real deal like Evander Holyfield. I've been training this, leaning it over, and this is an Orange Punch. Dutch Passion. I get Dutch Passion and Barney Farms confused. This is Dutch Passion. Again, AC Infinity 10-gallon, 444 Gaia Green, Earthworm Castings, Biochar. That's all it's in here. Now I put on there to top it this month on the 26th, but I'll probably don't top it maybe like a week before. But hell yeah, this is what's going on in here. Now, this is my earth boxes that I built. Top this girl right there. I don't know if I was just going to train this girl or I was just going to let her go, but she is in completely recycled soil. And this is another Orange Punch. I got a little onion in there. Why not? Completely recycled soil from last year. Now, I top dressed with 1 tablespoon per gallon. Right? Earthworm Castings, Biochar. I took a guess because it's really not a 27-gallon tote. It's a lot less. So I put maybe like, I don't know, 10 tablespoons in there. So I'd probably say a 10-gallon is probably what it is now. But the soil probably sits about right above the hole. And that's when you fill it and it comes out, you know it's full and you can stop filling. Hell yeah. I don't know if these got eaten by some freaking rabbits too. I don't know. It's been a rough year. I gotta start planting my shit in June, not in May. because the last few years May has been a friggin' nightmare. These are the stakes for the, I'm gonna put the scrog net over here. But here's the other, what the hell is this? I think this is a Gary Payton. This is another Gary Payton revised. This is by Elevate Seeds, by the way, with 2 onions in there. I mean, why not? I've leaned this girl to the side. So she's stretching out pretty damn good, actually. But again, this is completely recycled soil. So the recycled soil, it's actually working out pretty damn well. For the good herb, anyway. My other plants, I don't know. They're not really liking the recycled soil too much. Jesus God. Hell yeah, man. But if you have any questions, leave some comments down in the comment section. I'll be sure to answer, to help you in any way I can. You know what I mean? I'm not a professional grower. I just show you what I'm doing and how I do it to get my medicine. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. So if you could, like, subscribe, and share, because the Loop Tube doesn't share any of our shit, because they're in bed with Big Pharma. You know what I mean? But like I said, much love. Peace.